Insanity is a concept that gets tossed around a lot in media. The crazed conqueror, the knife-wielding maniac, the mad scientist.
It's alive! Oh, it's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
It's an easy way to explain why a person would want to blow up a planet, go on a killing spree, or commit crimes based on holidays.
New Year's Day. Should old acquaintance be forgot and all that? I made sure she wouldn't forget me that day, didn't I, Batman?
Nowhere will you find a bigger cast of mad villains than Batman's rogue gallery. Batman has had a psychological edge to its characters and stories for decades. In the time when stories like Arkham Asylum and Long Halloween were being published, the line between criminal insanity and mental illness was examined in Batman and his villains. Here's where I want to take a break and define the two terms. Insanity is mostly a legal term used to determine whether a person is capable of understanding what they have done and can stand trial. Mental illness is more of a wide term, ranging from minor to severe afflictions. There's a lot of overlap between the two, but there are differences. Jeffrey Dahmer, serial killer, cannibal, sex offender, was considered not insane by the courts because he was aware of what he was doing and at times could control his violent urges. He was, of course, diagnosed with numerous mental illnesses, including obsessive compulsion and a personality disorder. To put it simply, insanity is a measure of control of impulse. Many of Batman's villains are shown to have fatal compulsions that lead to their downfall. In the Riddler's case, his manic ego and compulsion to leave riddles is often his own undoing. The Penguin's twisted self-esteem issues and anger leads him to similar fates. But the Joker is a special case. Unlike other crazed villains, his criminal tendencies don't seem to have any negative effect on him at all. He has his clown and joke fetish, but they never really get in the way of his goals. The Joker's character varies from writer to writer, and he's been portrayed as everything from a pranking criminal to a legendary boogeyman. But a constant of the Joker is that his supposed insanity is often glorified. In fact, at times his mental illness is treated as a superpower. The Joker is presented as a super genius whose madness allows him to do everything from kidnapping and drugging the entire Bat family to handling reality warping powers with ease. In Arkham Asylum, a serious house on serious Earth, one of the Arkham doctors suggests Joker may have a super sanity that allows him to thrive in the crime-ridden Gotham. In some cases, Joker's insanity can overpower telepaths who try to enter his mind. Even Harley Quinn is in the same boat. There's a scene in Justice League vs. Suicide Squad where Johnny Sorrow, a villain powered by a Lovecraftian entity known as the King of Tears, removes his mask to Harley Quinn. Normally this gaze would kill a mortal, but apparently Harley is so insane it had no effect on her. This is a power that has taken down cosmic level beings, but Harley is immune because, in her case, insanity is a superpower. The Suicide Squad movie very blatantly glorifies insanity. Joker and Harley's mad love is presented as wild, chaotic, and it's exciting. And it is. In most media, anyone who's wild, unpredictable, or eccentric gets labeled as insane. They're often devious tricksters who can pull off amazing feats with a smile, or eccentrics with odd habits. It's seen as funny, fearless, and freeing, and bravely against the norm of society. But that's not what insanity is. In the real world, insanity and mental illness are debilitating and torturous afflictions. PTSD, psychosis, and schizophrenia and the like can make daily life a struggle, and in severe cases lead to violence or suicide.
Feels like my head's going into spontaneous combustion, man.
Schizophrenia is not split personality. Schizophrenia is not a creative adaptation that an individual makes to an insane world.
The people who get sent to psych wards at asylums are not master criminals or eccentric comedians going through fantasy worlds in their heads. They're people with debilitating mental illnesses that make them unable to function in society. And that's what makes characters like the Joker seem grossly inappropriate. There's mountains of media that use madness as a way to explain a character's wild motivations, or as an excuse to set up surreal scenes. Series like Moon Knight portray mental illness in a fantastical way. He literally meets his other personalities, takes trips to the moon. But even this is a better portrayal of a mental illness because it's shown as something out of control, something that needs to be fought against. And of course all of this is just meant to be fun fantasy. but the Joker is a glaring example of misrepresenting insanity and mental illness to the point where it's exploitative. In Batman Black and White Volume 2, there's a story called Case Study that suggests the Joker fakes his psychosis to avoid execution. I think this is exactly right. The Joker is not insane. He's fully in control of his actions and knows what's going on and understands the consequences and effects of his crime. Near the end of Batman No Man's Land, Joker kills Commissioner Gordon's wife before turning himself in. This was a challenge to Gordon, hoping to get a reaction out of him and force him to break his ethical code. The Joker is fully aware of his action and is more of a humanity-hating anarchist than anything. Portraying him as insane and glorifying that insanity is not only inaccurate but irresponsible and almost offensive. I'm reminded of out-of-date movies where mummies are spooky creatures and the Asian character is a wisdom-spouting kung fu master. Mummification is an ancient Egyptian ritual used to honor their dead, and obviously every Asian person isn't going to be Bruce Lee. A murder clown whose insanity makes him an unstoppable wild card seems like an idea from a more naive time. His most recent portrayal under Scott Snyder was a psycho who cuts off his face skin and wears it like a mask to tell Batman he's a fake, who he sees as his best friend, and may also be a century-old immortal or something like that. Right now, Tom King's The War of Jokes and Riddles shows Joker is tired and exhausted of his usual humor. However, this is a flashback story. This constant ambiguity of Joker's personality is his biggest flaw but also largest strength. Joker can fill any role that fits the writer's need, and it can easily be explained away as his insanity causing the change. But then it means the Joker has no true personality or motives and is literally just an insane person. His insanity defines his personality. This also makes it difficult to critique the Joker as an actual character, when his entire character is always changing. And now with DC's Metal Event and the Three Jokers plot, Joker's character is in an unpredictable state of flux. In a few months, we may have a totally different understanding of the Joker, and many of the points I've made in this video might be utterly destroyed. I'd like to see media move away from this kind of portrayal of mental illness.
They're right about you. You're a bloody psychopath.
High-functioning sociopath. With your number.
Specifically, I'd like to see the Joker return to his roots. The clown prince of crime. The gangster with a gimmick. Seeing people talk about how cool it is to be crazy like the Joker, or yearning for a relationship like Jokers and Harleys just seems wrong and ignorant. Insanity is not fun. Insanity is not a superpower.